Sorry, let's get started. So today, what I would be doing is I would be primarily Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
So today I will be doing a session. I'll be doing two sessions. One would be on text structure and purpose, and second would be on rhetorical synthesis. These will be the two sessions. So the first 1 hour, we would discuss text structure and session. This text structure and session happens to be, one sec. Happens to be session 6. Okay. It happens to be session 6.
Yeah.
So text structure and purpose. Let's quickly understand what are text structure and purpose questions. What are text structure and purpose questions are, on the reading and writing section, some questions will present a short text for you to read. The question will then ask you primarily two things, that what is the main purpose and or what is the overall structure of the text. Now he can either ask both of them or he may ask one of them. Okay?
Yeah.
So basically, if you will see, the text structure and purpose questions are all about seeing beyond the passage.
Yeah.
Instead of just what the text says, the questions request you or they want you to dig into the why and the how of the text. So are you able to appreciate this part?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to first read through this. One sec. Purpose is why behind the passage. Why did the author write it? What did they want to accomplish? What is the point? So purpose will be, a text purpose can often be framed using active verbs that demonstrate the goals of the author. To explain, to illustrate, to criticize, to argue, to introduce, something like this. So this is how you will find out what the purpose is. What exactly is the author trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, on structure. Structure is how a passage works to achieve its purpose. So once we found out what is the purpose, then structure is how does the text flow from one idea to the next? Where does the author place the particular emphasis? So in the structure, you have to probably place attention on sort of motion. Is the focus shifting from one point to another? Where is the author trying to say? So that's where your structure would be. He is emphasizing this part or he is emphasizing this part. So you have to understand how is he saying. And finally, it often helps to consider how the ideas within the text relate to one another.
Okay.
There are two things which you need to see in the structure. the motion between them, the emphasis between two things, or relationship between two things. So either the motion or the relationship, whichever way it will.
Oh.
Let's see a question. Let's see how a question looks like. Chalo, let's see this question. The following text is from Charlotte Perkins Gilman's 1910 poem, The Earth's Entail. The poem goes like this: no matter how we cultivate the land, taming the forest and the prairie free, no matter how we irrigate the sand, making the desert blossom at command, we must always leave the borders of the sea, the immeasurable reaches of the windy wave wet beaches, the million-mile-long margins of the sea. Which choice best describes the overall structure of the text? Okay, so the speaker, there are some choices given. Now, we would, before we start evaluating the choices, let's understand how do we go about doing this. We'll come back to this question in a minute. So first, how to approach. How to approach is identify, you need to identify the structure and the purpose. What is that structure and what is, and then try to summarize it. Exactly kya hai wo, and then go on to evaluate the choices. It's a simple thing, koi complicated nahi hai. Correct?
Yeah.
And what are the tips? What are the tips is that stay specific. Stay specific means वही same पहले भी अपन ने किया है. We've done that before also. Eliminate choices that broaden or blur the argument. Stay specific, whatever is he saying. Be strict. Choice and structure questions often break the text into two parts. Make sure that the description of both parts of the text is accurate. If a choice correctly describes the first part but does not feel quite as accurate for the second, eliminate that choice. So, you know, one part you may agree with one part and you may not agree with the second part. So that's your radar. Arey, nahi, so this choice is not. So be strict. And third, lean on transitions. Wherever you see, however, therefore, they make you understand how is it flowing. Is it flowing in a positive agreement or is it flowing in a negative agreement? Okay. Chaliye. So let's go back to that question. Let's go back to that question. So I give you a minute before I do it myself. Chalo, we would do it together. Chaliye, please read the question yourself, come to an answer, and then tell me why are you saying that, and then we start doing it together.
Is it B?
Yes, you are right. But let's go it slow. Let's try to say why is A wrong? Why is A wrong? Answer is B. You are right. Why is A wrong?
It doesn't talk about challenges.
The speaker provides examples of an admirable way of approaching nature and then challenges that approach. So here, I don't see challenges in this entire thing.
Yeah.
So this I don't see. Yes, you're right. So this I don't see. That's why A is not a choice. Let's see C. What happens?
I didn't read those.
Oh, no. So you should not do that. You should not do that. You should eliminate all the choices. Let's try to eliminate this choice. Can you tell me how can you eliminate this choice?
It doesn't argue about anything.
The speaker argues against interfering with nature and then gives evidence supporting this interference. So does the speaker argue? Do you see an argument the earth's entail? No matter how we cultivate the land, taming the forest and prairie free, no matter how we irrigate the sand, making the desert this, we must always leave the borders of the sea, the immeasurable reaches of the windy wave, wet beaches, the million-mile long margins of the sea. But he doesn't give any argument. I don't see any argument. Okay, that's correct. Against interfering with nature, and then gives evidence supporting. He's not giving evidence also. I don't see any evidence also. He doesn't say why we should leave the borders of the sea.
Yeah.
Correct. The speaker presents an account of efforts to dominate the nature. Yes, he does give efforts to dominate the nature. He does this. Then cautions that such efforts are only temporary. He doesn't give me any efforts that are only temporary. Does he give me this?
Yeah. No.
So there's only one part which is right. The second part is not right. That's why option D is not correct. Option C, I don't see any argument. I don't see any evidence. So both are wrong. That's why. In A, I don't see any challenges. That's why option B. Speaker describes attempts to control nature. Control nature, yes. In the first part, there is cultivating the land, taming the forest. There is controlling nature, how we irrigate. So control nature is there. Then offers a reminder that not all nature is controllable, not all. So he gives that leave the borders of the sea, the immeasurable reaches, wet beaches, inko chhod dijiye. So he says that not all of them is controllable. So even this part is right. That's why option D is correct. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Sure. So having understood this, let's now move on to the classwork exercise. So we will go with the same approach like we went last time. Our approach will be the same, that we would do about 6-7 classwork exercise. So let me come to the classwork exercise. Are you on a classwork exercise? Please open the classwork exercise. Follow. Okay, we'll do couple of sums. So no, not this one. We are doing session 6 first, so we will do session 6. So are you on session? So here I will like you to open. How did we go about? Am I opening or a viewer opening?
Yeah, I was opening it, but then if I open mine, I won't be able to see your face.
Okay, so it's fine that I open it.
Yeah, I can highlight on your thing.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll go about doing this. So let me increase the font size. How do I increase the font size? How do I increase?
It's down there. Yeah.
Is this good enough?
Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Sure. Now I want you to first read the first choice, this one. Shall I give you annotation rights? Do you have rights to annotate?
Oh, let me see. Yeah.
Where did it go? One sec. Let me close all of this. Where did it go? Where did that go away? Do you have annotation rights?
Yeah.
Okay, chalo. Start reading question number 1. Is this very simple?
I'm confused between C and D. It doesn't talk about friendship though.
Correct. So the answer is
C.
Answer is C. So here in A, what is wrong?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable near the river. In B, what is wrong?
Lost her senses.
Lost her senses. And in D, what is wrong?
I mean that would be true if they highlighted the other line too. They greeted her as an old friend.
But here it's not about friendships at all. She is walking near a riverbank.
Okay. Yeah, that's wrong then.
So there is no friend of hers. It's her childhood. The trees seem to extend like welcoming arms, but it's not about two friends at all. So the answer is C. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. Chali. Now what I want you to do is I want you to now read sum number 3.
Is it D?
D as a Delhi. What are you saying? D as a Delhi or B as a Bombay?
B is wrong.
Okay, B is wrong. Why is B wrong? So work with me in all the options. Tell me what is right and what is wrong. It is, you have to be.
It doesn't provide, oh wait, sorry. It doesn't provide any example of, let's say.
Okay, B is wrong because I don't see. So there are 2-3 parts of an argument where one part may be correct, but I don't see. So be strict. Do you remember that tip?
Yeah.
And be specific. So B is ruled out. Chalo, let's talk about C. You don't see a paper's findings ki summary.
Yeah, I don't. Is it? It's not a theoretical concept, right? Is that right?
Since a theoretical concept illustrates how the name of the concept has changed. Do you see a name of the concept has changed? Yes. And shows how the name has entered common usage.
It doesn't talk about that too.
So do you see the second part of D as a Delhi there? Do you see this at all? I don't see this at all. Shows how the
Yeah, I
name
don't.
entered common usage. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, A, do you see it introduces a respected researcher? So, fact that is he respected? How do you come to know respected?
Foundational figure.
So, yes, I do see respected researcher describes an aspect of his work. So, aspect, his important paper describes an aspect of his work. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So I do see, as they said, and suggest the why the work is historically significant. Why? Because he presented this, could still being this. Do you see that? Is he suggesting why this work is historically significant?
Yeah.
So yes. So now we've come to know. Okay, B is the answer. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Now we will do a sum. Sum number 8 करेंगे अब. This is a difficult one. You have to focus on. Remember, we talked about 3 tips which we talked about. Be strict, be specific, and third one, if you remember, what did we talk about? So let me focus and let me give you this. Are you able to see this? Lean on
Yeah.
transitions. Words like however, therefore play a significant role. So this is something, chaliye,
Is it D?
Okay, tell me why not A?
Why not A? Wait, where is A? Yeah, I cannot see the thing.
You are not able to see it?
Suddenly, yeah. Okay, and it came up. Okay, explain why parasites are or less susceptible to horizontal gene transfer. I wasn't sure about less susceptible, what that word means. So I was like, that's why I didn't
No,
go for
so
that.
this is completely, see, we are looking at the purpose or the function of this. If you see
Yeah,
the function of this is coming at what is, if you'll understand all of it, they are saying, if you start reading from this line onwards, scientist Atma Ivancivic and her team have hypothesized infection by invertebrate parasites as a mechanism of horizontal gene transfer between vertebrate species. So they are talking about horizontal gene transfer from here, and they are saying that how that does the horizontal gene transfer happen, they are explaining over here. Is that right?
yeah,
But here, is he anywhere talking about that they are less susceptible to horizontal gene transfer?
no,
So that's why this is not there. Next, it clarifies why some genes are more likely to be transferred horizontally. It doesn't give me
no,
anything on this more likely. Is it anytime giving me this?
no,
No. It contrasts how horizontal gene transfer occurs with how it occurs among invertebrates. He is not talking about invertebrates at all. Is he talking about invertebrates?
no, no, no,
Huh?
no.
So he have hypothesized infection by invertebrate parasites as a mechanism between vertebrate species.
Yeah,
So it contrasts how horizontal gene transfer occurs among vertebrates with how it occurs among invertebrates.
yeah. Okay.
So do you
Wait,
understand?
option D is right.
Hmm?
Option D is right?
Correct. So
Okay,
option D
okay,
is
okay.
right. It describes a means. So he is only explaining the horizontal gene transfer.
Okay.
Correct. Good. You are getting this right. Let me clear all of this, clear the drawing.
I
Now,
wasn't going for A because I didn't know what that word means. So I wasn't just risking it.
which word?
Susceptible.
Susceptible. What does that word susceptible means? Are less susceptible. You are less prone. There are less chances of you to get a horizontal gene transfer.
Okay.
Okay, that's what it
Yeah.
means. There is a less probability that you will be affected.
Okay.
Chalo. I want you to now do question number 10. Start ruling out by choices which you don't see are true.
Okay. I think this one is easy.
Which one did you get it?
Option B.
Absolutely. Why would you rule out A? You are right. Okay. C, why did you get it wrong? It doesn't
And
talk
also
about
the
yields at all. It's not
water
talking about
quality.
yields and water quality. Yes or no?
Mm.
And option D. Irrelevant, completely irrelevant point. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's good. So I want you to now move on to question number 11.
Okay, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards C.
Start working with A onwards. Tell me, start rejecting, eliminating.
Details the shortcomings of for my line does not spray.
No, it is talking about shortcomings. It says that
No, it's not.
Has identified a dilemma inherent to research on the status of women in our tribes during the 1600 and 1700. The primary sources from that era, travel narratives and other accounts by male European, underestimate the degree of power conferred on Choctaw women. So shortcomings, yes, she's talking about shortcomings, but argues that research should avoid those sources altogether. Do I see any argument on avoiding these sources?
No.
So this part is right, but this part is?
No.
Are you understanding this?
Yeah.
So I would get rid of A. Let's read option B.
It describes a problem that arises in research on a particular topic.
Okay, a problem
Identify the
that
meaning. Yeah,
arises.
that's true.
A problem that arises on a particular topic. Okay, the problem has arisen, underestimate the degree, and then sketches a historian's approach to addressing that problem.
Yeah.
So I do see, argues that Choctaw oral tradition and findings from archaeological sites in the tribe's homeland supplement the written record. So supplement these records. Is that right? Providing crucial insights. So I do see this. So I may want to dot it. I don't know. I don't see anything which is not there. Let's read C.
Yeah, it doesn't list any advantages.
List the advantages of a particular. I don't see this at all. Criticism. Okay. Yeah, so first itself is gone. So C is gone. Do you see D?
No.
It characterizes a particular topic as especially challenging to research, then suggests a related topic for historians to pursue instead. Does he say that?
Mm-hmm.
No. So which one is the right one?
Option B.
Understood?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do now sum number 12.
Mm.
Be specific, pay attention to something which you don't see, then you'll be able to eliminate the choices accurately.
Yeah. I'm just trying to understand the paragraph.
Yeah, take your time.
Mm. Okay.
Chalo, tell me.
So it's not A.
Okay, why not A?
Okay, about the despite the popularity and impossible, those things.
So I don't see anything about popularity.
Yeah.
So he doesn't talk about are partly concerned. Nowhere I see about popularity. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's why A is gone. So let's read about B.
Okay, I know this question, this part is wrong, but I don't know where in the paragraph it shows that.
So he's not talking about a topic of further research. So that's why this is gone.
Is it not talking about that?
It's not talking about, no, is it talking about this? A topic of further research for specialists in that field?
It's not, yeah, it's not. So it's option D.
So if you see C, it's not talking about the word widely. I don't see any evidence on widely. Do I see any evidence on widely?
No.
That's why A, B, C are gone. Now let's see D. It provides a characterization about a field of thought by noting two works. Yes, it's taken up two works. This is one and this is the second. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And then details a way in which some works in that field are more comprehensive than others. It says that first work is only talking about how to lead a moral life. And in the second one, it is telling us moral life with reasons of living one. Hence, option D is correct. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Chali. So we've understood these. Now let's do some more questions. Now we would now do question number 6. So this is where in this question, here it is talking about the main purpose of the text. Slightly more comprehensive an approach. Let's read this. You are
Is it
okay.
D?
Yes, it is D. Good. So tell me why not A?
Why not? A explains why one character, it doesn't help, it doesn't dislike the other person. It was just assuming things about that guy.
So there are no two persons. It explains why one character dislikes another. There is no dislike. So what is important is you have to understand there is no, you don't see a dislike. Are you understanding this?
Yeah.
So B, why is B wrong?
It doesn't talk about how embarrassment.
It
About
doesn't
his
talk
own
about
behavior.
has he got embarrassment. He's taking a critical view of that character, that the character is like this, there is a character which is like this, but you don't see him embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay, why not C? I don't see
It doesn't talk about being famous and all.
it doesn't give me a history of being famous, yes or no?
Yeah.
I just come to know is big because the way he mentions Sir Humphrey Davy, that's only the name which is mentioned, but there's no history. Hence, A is ruled out, B is ruled out, C is ruled out, and the answer is D. Okay, so you got it right. Good. So now another one, question number 7.
I'm not sure about this.
Hmm?
I'm not sure about this.
Let's start reading option A. The text discusses notable individuals, then explains commonly overlooked differences between those individuals. Do you see any differences between those individuals?
I don't even see any notable individuals.
Yes. So I don't see this. I don't see this. So is the option A not at all? It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start now reading B.
The text describes the general situation, illustrates that situation with specific examples. Oh my God, this is correct.
It describes a general situation.
Yeah.
Many films from the early 1900s have been lost.
Mm-hmm.
These losses include this. There's a reference in a magazine to this. Were mentioned as this, and one image from the movie was discovered in the 1990s. Do you see these examples?
Mm-hmm.
So I do see this. I do see this. This looks to be okay. Let's see C. Identifies a complex problem. So I don't see a problem being identified. There is a situation, but no problem. But is an attempt to solve the problem? No. So this is also wrong. Option D.
Okay. It doesn't summarize a debate among researchers.
I don't see any debate.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no question of supporting and all that. All of this is rubbish.
Yeah.
Is it option B?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where, we've done the first type of sums. So I very quickly go back to that screen again and see these sums, revise these sums again. So the name of this is text structure and purpose.
Okay.
The text structure and purpose is essentially the main purpose or the overall structure of the text, are about seeing why and how the text says it. Correct?
Yeah.
We've seen this. I think for us, this one worked the best way. Have you understood this part?
Yeah.
Okay, chalo. Let's move on and do another one. Now let's get into the next question, the next topic, and that is session 8, in which we study rhetorical synthesis. What does the word rhetorical mean?
Is it? Is it the same thing that we just did?
No. Rhetorical is sometimes when you emphasize or when you repeat yourself.
Okay.
And you reword things. Sometimes politicians often use a lot of rhetoric. They keep repeating themselves to make sure that they are emphasizing. So let's understand what is rhetoric synthesis. Rhetorical synthesis you will again get an unfinished passage. It will give you about unfamiliar topic. All of this. One sec. One sec. There's a small mistake. Give me a minute. Okay. So let's go to this. Rhetorical questions. Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
So every rhetorical question will have these following parts. It will start with some introduction, some bulleted facts, and a question prompt along with choices. And what you should be, you will be asked, many test takers will instinctively be drawn to the bulleted information first. However, we should first focus on the question prompt. The question prompt will then identify a goal for our solution sentence. For example, we might be asked to emphasize a similarity or difference, or to introduce and its findings, or to provide an explanation or an example of some particular idea. So you should go and focus on that question prompt and try to find out what are they trying to say. Now, rhetorical means they may be repeating things. So you need to identify that very accurately. Only one of the choices will accomplish this goal. In fact, we are short on time, but are focused on the identified goal and explore the choices. We can often answer rhetorical synthesis questions without ever reading the bulleted information sometimes. Because bulleted information is probably just extra information. It is unnecessary information. Okay. Now, you will find these kinds of instances so many times in your life where there is so much of irrelevant rhetoric information which is given that you need not focus on that. So let's see a question. So let's see a question. Chalo. Can you see where is a question prompt and which is the information that is given? Let's read that. Don't even go to the choices right now. First, let's try to understand how do you attack these rhetorical questions. Okay. What will be the first? So, सबसे पहले, what would be your approach? Your approach would be to identify this thing. The student wants to emphasize a similarity between two works. So the moment you have to look at emphasize similarity, this is what we are looking at. Okay. Now, which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? So I start reading it. And when I start reading it, erasure uses discarded objects such as audio cassette tapes and magnets. Home, however, includes, he is looking at similarity. Is this A talking about similarity? No. So what does he say? Don't even, you may not need to read the choices. Is this word, however, not talking about similarity? Yeah, it's not. So can I rule out B? Yeah. Tubbs' work, which often features discarded objects, has been shown both within the United States and abroad. He is not comparing the two works. Is he comparing the two works over here? In option C. No, he's only focused. No, it's not. It's only work. Yeah. So that's why C is ruled out. Tubbs completed erasure in this and homegrown in 2009 that are hard to understand from an evolutionary standpoint.
No. That's something else. No.
It's completely something else. Is that right?
Yeah.
There is no similarity. Now, if I start reading B, like many of Tubbs sculptures, both erasure and homegrown. So the word both is include. So is it talking about similarity? Yes. Did you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
So I actually did not read any of the bulleted choices. You could get it by coming to this question, and from this start reading choices. You will be most of the times able to get the question.
Okay.
So I think you understood this part. Identify, test the choices. That's the two things which you need to do.
Okay.
Identify that question. Top tips, simplify that question. Simplify.
Yes.
Is he wanting to emphasize, or is he wanting only difference? Is he wanting similarity? Do that. Be strict. Don't be generous with your choices. That's the same thing again and again we are listing. And finally, ignore the grammar. All of the choices will be well written and grammatically correct. Make your choice based on the information of choices contained, not how good they sound in the sentence.
Okay.
Chali, I think you understood this part. Let's do some classwork exercise. So let me now open these classwork exercise. So I want you to first one, please read the first choice. So how will I go about attacking this? Shall I read the choice? I will do it with you first. Shall I read all of this? I'll skip all of this. ये पहले मैं skip कर दूंगा. Are you understanding this? I'll skip.
Yeah.
I'll directly jump to where the student wants to introduce Kahlo to an audience unfamiliar with the artist. Okay. Next. So I start reading. अभी मैंने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है बेटा. The 1939 paintings is an example of a self-portrait by Frida Kahlo. Is it introducing him?
Yeah.
No. One painting by Frida Kahlo featuring two versions of herself, with one version this and the other. Is it introducing him? I don't see any introduction.
Oh, you're reading the options. Okay. Never mind.
No, it's not introducing. Next. So I have not yet read. कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ा मैंने ऊपर का. I directly go from here. So I don't. Known for being vivid and richly symbolic, Frida Kahlo's self-portraits include the two Fridas. Again, I don't see Frida Kahlo being introduced. Where do I see it being introduced? One of the most influential artists of the 20th century, Mexican painter Frida Kahlo is best known for her self-portrait, which are vivid and richly symbolic. Yes, I do see introduction here. Now I will go and check whether all of this is factually right. The painter is most influential. She was born. She is best known for this. Yes, all of it is here. So did you understand the answer?
Yeah.
So I will do the next sum also with you on the same way. Option 2. See, I have not yet read anything over here, Ray. What I would do is a directly jump. Student wants to describe walk's shape. Which choice most effectively? Grace, I have not yet read anything over here. This I have not yet read right now. I'm still to read.
Yeah.
So, Grace Young's book, The Breadth of Walk, traces the history. No, I'm not interested in the history. I'm interested in walks.
The walks thing.
Shape, yes or no?
Yeah.
So option A ruled out. A wok is a cooking pan with a round wide base. Oh, this looks to be correct. Rukte hain. The design of a wok, a type of a cooking pan that originated in China during the Han Dynasty, helps the. It doesn't tell me anything about the shape. Does it tell me anything about the shape?
No.
Able to cook food evenly and contain oil splatter. The wok is the subject of Grace Young's 2004 book. No, I'm not interested in its history. Which is the answer I am interested in is, I am interested in wok shape. Is the wok round, wide base, high angled sides? Is this, the wok's this is round, high angled shape? Yes. तो इस पूरे में से rhetoric में से मेरे को एक ही चीज चाहिए थी. Did I get that thing correct? Did you understand?
Yeah.
So let's do one more like this. And this is what I want to give you the tip, that how do you find out these rhetoric synthesis questions? Chaliye. If we are at this rhetoric synthesis question, how will I directly attack? मैंने ये कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ा बेटा. I would leave all of this. I would immediately, the student wants to present the study findings to an audience already familiar with thermal inversions. Present study findings with thermal inversions. Chaliye. Gas giants were likely to contain heat absorbing metals. When they featured this, researchers found this phenomena is known as thermal inversion. Study findings, this is a definition, yes or no?
They're already familiar with, so this is wrong.
This is a definition. No, I'm not interested in a definition of thermal inversion. I am interested in findings of thermal inversion. The team studied thermal inversions in 25 gas giants, which are largely composed. Where did they study? I am not interested in. I am interested in findings. Yes or no? The researchers found that gas giants featuring a thermal inversion were likely to contain heat absorbing metals which may reside in planets' upper atmosphere. Heat absorbing metals may reside in planets' upper atmosphere. So out of C and D, which one? So one of them is correct. Now, heat absorbing metals may reside in planets' upper atmosphere.
That's wrong, right? That is wrong.
Why? Metals may reside in planets' upper atmosphere. Why is this wrong?
Because it's already there. Okay. I mean, it is from students' notes. Why is it not C?
Answer is C. So you understand A is wrong, B is wrong, but why not D? Tell me why not D?
One explanation for this relationship is, what relationship are they talking about? What relationship they're talking about? It doesn't tell it about thermal inversion or not.
Yes. Researchers found that gas giants featuring a thermal inversion were likely to contain heat absorbing metals, which may reside. Now, Is that also a finding? The finding is that gas giants feature thermal inversion, which were likely to contain. So he is only giving us one part of the thermal inversions, that heat absorbing metals may reside in a planet's upper atmosphere.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
So this is now, let's start doing some more. Sorry, let's start doing some more sums. You will enjoy doing these. So now I would not do, you would do sum number 4.
Is it A?
So it's easy. Yes, you're right, A, because you have to explain the origin of the species name. This does not talk about the origin. Menoceres, a new species discovered in Egypt. It does not talk about the origin. A partial skeleton in this belonged to a species named Menoceres. So you have to talk about Menoceres. It's not telling me. So answer is A. Yes, we are right. Chalo, you've got a hang of this. Now let's see, your hang is correct. Let's now do the next sum, and I'm doing it in the order this time. Chalo, read question number D, 5. This is very easy.
Is it C? C.
Correct. C. Tell me very quickly, why not A, B, and D?
Explanation. Explanation.
Asking about a difference. A.
Explanation. It's about explanation.
And B.
Same thing. Explanation.
It's only talking about muslin. It's not talking about the two muslin. It's only talking about sheeting muslin. Is that right? And D.
D is just talking about there are two types of cotton fabrics.
It's not giving me a difference. It's saying that they are two types, but it is not telling me the difference between them. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So that's why C. Correct. Chalo, good. Chalo, take option 6, sum number 6.
Is it C?
Okay, why not A, B, and D? So it's talk about wants to present the primary aim of the research study.
First, because when I read the options, I didn't get it, so I read the upper part, and then I got the answer.
So if you'll see, answer is C, but why not A? It's telling me the primary aim. Here, is this A talking about aim?
It's talking about how they use laboratory.
It's talking about how. So we are not interested in how, we are interested in what is the result. As analyzed by Bhosle's team, bird nests are uniquely flexible yet cohesive engineered structure. It's not talking about bird nests. It's talking about research ka what. So it's not interested in bird nest. What is bird nest is not what is wanting to ask. Is that understood?
Yeah.
D. After analyzing the points where sticks touched, the researchers found that structures become stiffer when pressure was applied. So this is talking about some aim. Chalo, tell me why not D?
After analyzing, it's analysis and know why.
Correct. So if you will appreciate the primary aim, they wanted to understand the mechanics behind this. This is the result. They are interested in the aim. So this is the result. That's why this is ruled out. Have you understood why the answer is C?
Yeah.
Okay, chalo, good. Let's move on to the next one.
Is a C again.
Yes, so now you're picking very fast on it. So he's similarity between invention and Jones' invention. I don't even read any of this. मेरे को ये पढ़ना ही जरूरत नहीं है. I don't need to read. Jones' mobile refrigeration system, which he invented, made it possible. So there is no similarity being seen here. In 1897, Bird invented an atomic coupler. There's again no similarity. Then Bird's invention made job of connecting trains cars safer, whereas Jones' invention enabled. This is a difference. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the only thing which is talking about a system both improved on existing defense designs. So I did not read at all what it is saying. So that's why it's the name of it is rhetoric. There is a lot of redundancies. You need not go through all of it. Chaliye.
Yeah.
Let's go through question number 8.
Mm. Is it A?
Yes, you're right. So this is as part of the investigation conducted interview. So that doesn't tell me anything about thoroughness. So B is wrong. C, why is it wrong?
It's all publishing and things, so who cares?
D,
Same thing.
he's talking about Ida Tarbell. it's describing Ida Tarbell. We are not interested in Ida Tarbell. We are interested in the thoroughness of Ida Tarbell. That's why this is wrong.
Yeah.
Chalo, let's move on. Question number 9.
Are you sharing the screen?
Are
you sharing the screen?
So question number 9, tell me which one, what's the answer?
Your screen is not sharing, that's all.
Sorry, I did not understand. What are you saying?
Your screen is not sharing.
My screen is not sharing. I did not make any change in it.
It stopped, I think.
I'll share it once more.
Yeah.
Is it now?
It says it started. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, there are some problems in Zoom.
I don't know. I did not disturb it at all. Okay, please read question number 9.
Is it A?
So is it now very fast? Because you
Yeah.
don't need to read anything. Wants to provide an explanation and an example. I see an explanation and example. Here, I don't see any. So B, C, D are ruled out because I don't see answer as A. Chali, good. You are now on top of it, able to understand. Let's do last two more sums. Sum number 10. Wants to emphasize whose most well-known achievement. This is something you can do without reading the sum.
Well-known achievement is a C.
Answer is C. That's correct. This is talking about multiple achievements. It's not talking about original work. So this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is wrong. Any view multiple national flute competitions. We are not talking about this. We are only talking about this one. Correct. Chaliye. Good. 11th. Focus is explain advantage of the new W.
Is it C?
Absolutely correct. Chaliye.
Oh.
12th one. Wants to make and support a generalization about alta conflict.
Wants to make and support generalization about. Yeah, is it C?
Eliminate the choices.
Yeah.
So consider A.
A.
First tell me A. Why is A not correct?
Receive international attention. The term of rights to land, water, and resources.
I don't see anything about supporting. There is no evidence of the word supporting in A. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's just a fact. Semi-right to lands, water, and resources received international attention and legal protection as a result of the Alta conflict. But do you see any, the student wants to make and support a generalization? Next, during the Alta conflict, Sami activists staged protests to block the construction of a dam on the Alta River in Norway that would disrupt. So this is again a fact about an Alta conflict. What happened?
Yeah.
But I don't see any support of the Alta conflict. Although the dam that the semi-activists had protested was ultimately built, the Alta conflict had a lasting impact. It's talking about it had a lasting impact, but it is not giving me a positive support. Is the student supporting this?
No.
Let's read D. The Alta conflict had a lasting impact, resulting in international attention and legal protections of semi-rights to lands, water, and resources. So he's saying that how is it supporting? It resulted in international attention. It had legal protections of semi-rights. Ye sab hue the. That's why is in here, do I see wants to make and support a generalization? Here, so do you understand why I did not go with C, although is not positive? Do you see this transition?
Yeah.
Here I want to make and support. Here this is complete that I am supporting.
Okay.
Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's largely, we are done pretty early today. So, you know, we are largely done with the allocated work for today. So now with this, are you aware? I would like to, मैंने आपके लिए ये open कर रखा है. Did I talk about Khan Academy last time with you?
No, but I'm using it.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure I did most of the questions that you told me yesterday.
Okay, let me go to digital SAT reading. Are you on this? So
Yeah.
Can you open your Khan Academy account for me so that I can go through what you're doing?
Okay.
Share it
I'm
with
done
me.
with the foundation one. I'm doing the medium.
Share it with me.
Not done with the whole thing. Okay, just a minute. So I did the ones I thought was really hard for me. So this one, the transition, the rhetorical, and these ones.
No, allow me to so, you know, okay, see, right now you are in this 400 to 1100. I want you to go through this medium as well as advanced.
Yeah, sure.
So, and this should become complete 1100 on 1100 and 1100 on 1100. You should go through all these questions.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is what I want you to do if you would do this, then you will be very well equipped for digital SAT.
Okay.
Now, which one did I do with you? I did 4. Which one were the 4 which I did with you? We did command of evidence quantitative. We did inference,
cross-text connections,
text structure and purpose, and we did rhetorical synthesis. These are the ones 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the ones which I did with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what else did I do with you?
That's all.
Correct. So now this Manish is doing with you. So this is Manish. This is Manish. This is Manish.
Oh, we are done with all those.
So Manish. Did all of this were done by Manish with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this all, and then this form structure and senses, you completed it with Nandini ma'am. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we are largely done. Everything we are done with. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you aware? So you can stop sharing. Now, are you aware about mock tests which we are planning for you?
No.
Okay. So let me make that announcement. We are doing 3 mock tests for you. When these mock tests will happen, you can make a note of these dates. 21st of May, 23rd of May,
okay,
and 25th of May. So the first one will open on 21st. It will remain open until the 2nd. So we would ideally, you could take it as per your convenience, anytime from 21st to 2nd. Then the 2nd would open on 23rd and will remain open till the 2nd. And 3rd one will open on 25th and will remain open till the 2nd. So now, if I were you, I would not push them till the end.
I have school exams coming up too, so I'm revising for those too.
So that's why the flexibility that these tests would open up on 21st and will remain open up. You can take it at any point of time of your convenience.
Yeah, it's going to be open for 48 hours, right?
No, it's not 48 hours. It's much more than 48 hours. The 21st test will remain open from 21st up to 2nd of June.
Okay.
The 23rd test would open on 23rd and would remain open till 22nd.
Okay. That's fine.
So because you write your SAT on 3rd of June.
Yeah.
So all of the 3 tests would open and remain till 2nd of June.
So should I do every single test on June 1st and June 2nd? Until then, I'll complete Khan Academy and other tests I have for digital SAT.
So what I would advise is, do not push all the tests towards the end.
Okay.
So you are doing your Khan Academy and still you are left, but take your time and make sure you do a test early on, then a test midway, and a test towards the end.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? For simple reason that when you take your first full length test, it will give you a perspective on where you are going right and where you are going wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that would help you to improve and correct your strategy, cover up those questions, and then take up the second test.
Do you think I'm ready?
So a good question. See, you've gone through the material. Like today we did it. You were able to get it bang on. You were getting the answers. So ready would be a good thing, that Right now, go through the medium ones and finish all the medium ones. And then you are ready with the first test.
And then do the advanced and then do the second test.
Correct.
And the last test is going to be just for revision.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I have to make one more announcement. There's one class left, which would be taken by Uday Paliwal sir.
I know. For maths, right?
Correct. Okay. So are you?
So wait, we are planning to take. So I told Uday sir that we'll take a class on Tuesday at 4 o'clock for me. 1 hour lesson, 1 hour class for what do you call chapter 11. And then on Saturday, we'll just go over recap, like a quick recap all over everything. Like all the formulas and equations you need.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I'm not sure if he said yes or not for Tuesday.
I would come back to you on that. Let my team come back to you on that.
Okay, okay.
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 Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hello. Yes.